I'm fascinated by these idea of feedback loops. So I think about a lot of my life in the business in terms of what are the feedback loops, how quickly do they happen, what's the quality. So let's, for example, if you publish something, you do get the likes and comments, but is that the best? I was just thinking about this morning of, I noticed some of my longer articles. I look at the stats and I see, okay, I look at it doesn't have the highest like rate, percentage of people who like it, or even the highest share rate. But I've had several people message me and say it was the best article of mine they've ever read, but it doesn't show up anywhere that would be obvious. Beyond that, that's hard to capture. So it's like, how do you build the right feedback loop so you're getting accurate data? And so I hear you get a feedback loop with each other. You were talking about how you have access to seeing your customer emails and you're responsive to those. And you're going back and doing your courses again and just almost adding another level of iteration on top of that. How do you look at feedback loops in your business?
So the way I look at it is there's layers, right? And at the very top layer, it's the craft of me, which is my understanding and my ability to translate that understanding into words that our audience can then learn from, where it has some utility for them. So that's the highest level. And then at that level, I know that there's a lot of improvements that I need to make. So the one is having a coach who's brutally honest about her feedback that she gives me. So on that very high level is she's helping me improve my ability to translate ideas to the page. So now I know that by the time it actually gets to the audience, I've done as much as I possibly can do in this moment right now for me to produce my best work in that moment, which may not be the best work in 1 year's time, but at this point it is. And then it goes through the little collaboration grinder, and then it gets better and better and better, and then we share that. So now once we share it, as you know, there's the next feedback loop, which is customers responding to that, and they can respond to that before they've made a purchase, or they can respond to that just, was it impactful? And one of the things that Sean and I hold very dearly is we don't just share useful information. That's, anybody can share useful information. For us, it's very important that we share insights. And for us, an insight is something that shifts someone's perception. It's like an aha moment where they can slap their head. It's like, shit, I'd never thought about it that way. So everything that we do is we try and engineer as many of these insights as we possibly can, so people can have these like weird, moments of clarity. And so, everything is in service of that. And then looking at that feedback, also via email, because people are more open by email because they know it's only between them and us. And then, very regularly, Sean and I have a conversation with a customer or prospect, and, we'll ask them a question. So they'll ask us something, and instead of us answering it, we'll ask them a question back. And then there's this dialogue that's happening that really didn't need to happen, but it's happening because we wanted it to happen and we care. We care to understand why. So, and then all of that is just various layers of feedback loop that's useful for us.